G'day punters, we're here in the man cave of one Jack Dickens, ready to punch out one of the greatest shows you're ever going to hear or see for a long time.
Wouldn't call it man cave, it's an office.
Well, greatest show for at least a week anyway.
The office, it's not a man cave, it's an
I was
office.
talking about the show, I'm not worried about your office or man cave
Okay.
too much, but Memsie Stakes at Caulfield we've got, Dicko, so we do see the return of some proper horses, or the field's got a bit more depth than we've seen the last few weeks.
There's been a few good horses back. It gets bigger and better this weekend.
Yeah, that's
now,
more to the point.
Caulfield's your home ground, I'd say.
Well, it's the closest track to home, yeah.
How's the track going to play? What's your best guess at the track play? Because I don't think...
I got on Willy weather because I was hoping for, suitable weather for fishing on Sunday, which I'm not going to have. Yeah, I'll have that in a minute. Thanks. Look, they say it's a soft 5 at the moment. You got 20 knot winds, 20 knot. Well, I've been on the fishing site, so they got 20 knot winds scheduled for Saturday. So if it does blow 20 knots, you'd imagine it dry out a bit.
Yeah.
So it should be a good fall, I'd imagine. They are trying to make these tracks a bit softer, I believe, but with high winds,
it's having an effect already, I think.
Yeah. Well, with high winds, we should get a relatively firm track, as long as we don't get any heavy rains between now.
We're due for a run on track at a metro meeting in Victoria.
I don't think we'll get it.
I don't think we'll get it, but we're due for one. When was the last time?
Oh, Flemington's played pretty fair.
Fair. Yeah, but I haven't even seen like a run on track.
Yeah, but that's you just don't see them a lot unless you get the real heavy tracks where they're cut up and they
Yeah, but even through winter, it sort of hasn't eventuated for whatever reason.
Melbourne's had a pretty dry winter too. It's well, the preparation of Flemington. Well, Flemington's been really fair. Like you can back them from the straight races have been pretty good.
I'd say Flemington's the best track to bet at currently of the metros.
Yeah, and followed by Sandown Hillside, which was the last meeting there.
Yesterday was a disgrace.
Yeah, they were hard up against the fence.
But that track does, it's like a hooker in rugby league or
rugby league's beyond me.
It does all the hard work, that track, and it's starting to show.
Well, the other track, Bendigo's a great track as general. It's the best of the provincials in terms of the, you know, it's fair, and sometimes you can get a run on there. But look, let's not worry about that. We'll dive into.
We're going to do some viewer questions to start with. Then we're going to punch out the quaddy legs. Yep. Then we've kept a viewer question for the end because it might. I'd say it's $1.60 to get cut. We'll see how we go.
Right. Sounds like you're going to try and go fishing and throw a bait in front of me. So
I'll just read out if they have to take the time to email us in a question. The least we can do is try and read them out. I've replied to a stack of them, or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Already, who we're not going to read out, and there's a couple who we're going to answer within previewing the races, but these ones we're not. So this is from Chris. Just wanted to know if you had a runner you absolutely loved, ticked every single box possible, yard, price, everything, but the bias was just right, purely harsh against. Do you back the selection and just think it's going to be good enough to beat the bias, or do you pen it?
Well, you'd it doesn't tick every box. If there's a bias, which is again, so I mean you sort of know that going in.
He's sort of saying it ticks every box, but the bias box.
But the bias box, well, you half your bet. I mean, if it's even money, you bet. If it's even money or under $3 or something, you don't bet. But if it's 20 to 1, you've got to have something on it.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously everything's priced.
It's priced dependent, right?
Yeah. But yesterday at Sandown, you'd almost pen it regardless of price. Like if it's ticking every box, it's going to be around $10 or shorter.
Yeah, but it depends how many bets you're having. Like if it's just one of those ones you're throwing at the start, it's price dependent.
If it was my number one play in the race, I'd leave the race alone. If I was already involved in the race and I was backing 2 or 3 others, I'd still chop on it. Yeah,
it's a personal preference sort of thing. So they run every day. You don't have to bet every day. You win some, you lose some. It's gambling. So if it was your one bet for the day and it was $2.50 and it was against the bias, put the cue in the rack and try not to watch the race or watch it when you're mentally sound.
Which isn't always, or often.
Well, often, yeah. Like if you look at the Or you can watch the 7 races on the day and leave that one out and watch it and check the results. And if it's got beat, go and watch the race.
Righto, Ruck Dog. Whilst on course, Dicko, do you or any of your team, anyone featured on the previous show, including Tigsy, so this might be Tigsy's bowler Twitter handle, does anyone throw units in the ring cash-wise with the bookies, or do we strictly use betfair.com.au? Little Josh, loves, if he gets the final tick from the yard, he'll disappear.
Yeah.
Find his way to the ring. I'll meet him where we watch the races. Ross doesn't mind it. I'll be betting with Ross.
Well,
there's a, in my opinion, Jonathan's obviously going to say that there's a lot of
Let
positive. Let me go first.
This way.
Drew,
yes. Ross, yes. Tixie, yes. Do you know why it's a yes?
Because there's a lot of.
Because a lot of the shit goes through me.
There's a lot of intelligence in the betting ring. You can learn. You can read the bookies boards. Yeah, you can snip overs. You can watch where some of there's still guys running like commission agents. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
You can see something that might go off. There's a lot of action and interest, and you can learn a lot from the betting ring, I think.
Well, and the other thing is, if it's $10.50 on Betfair, if there's enough bookies, you can nearly guarantee it's going to be $10 on course. I don't know.
Yeah, like I'd say not so much at like I was at Mornington on Tuesday, and there was actually a lot of bookies there.
Oh, it's a heap of bookies at Mornington. But what about the $2.50 chances? Like, they'll be trading $2.48, $2.46 on the fair. There'll be $2.50 everywhere because the bookies want to lay favourites. Like you're mad if you don't get there with a bit of cash and start throwing on. You know, and you can't. Betfair's great, and I use it heaps, obviously. But you know, you can't take your Betfair account down the pub and blast it.
Yep.
You know, cash is king. Always has been.
You actually showed up with some cash today, which I very much appreciate. Didn't know it was coming.
No. Well,
Sniffable.
Hey,
Sniffable.
do you know what the best thing about that was? It squared our ledger.
Yeah, because apparently I owed you some. I didn't even know. All right, last question from Scooty, the golf coach. Can Dicko run us through a few different earthing activities seems to be working for his betting, and caramel milkshakes as a drink when out for business lunches? Is it sweet or not sweet? So, earthing. Do you do any earthing?
As I said, earthing's when they stick the bloody thing on the top of your roof and it goes in the ground so you get struck by lightning and you don't burn your house down.
Fuck yeah.
It's like your car's got one as well, like where the rubber touches the road so you get struck by lightning and it goes straight through.
Earthing is like when you have NFI about like anything to do with like man skills, okay?
It's not man skills,
it's to distribute the current, the whole it's an electronic current going all the time in the house. It's to get it to the earth if it catches onto you. It's not just for lightning.
Yeah, but he's not talking about that.
It's mainly for like electrocuting. If you electrocute yourself, it should earth.
It's an electric.
If it doesn't earth, it just keep going through you.
Yeah,
You're dead.
or you need rubber gumboots on or thongs and shit so it doesn't go through. Yeah. Anyway,
so fishing's earthing, I think, kind of.
What you're saying
You're
is...
at one with the elements. You're getting some nature
spiritual.
into you. A form of meditation. You go fishing. Love your brim.
I'm a hunter-gatherer. Simple. Don't hold up the show.
You're not being very successful.
I'm not going to sit around singing fucking Kumbaya, that's for sure. What do you want?
Yeah.
Fuck. You aren't sweet.
I just can't get over you calling yourself a hunter-gatherer.
How much live game have you got in your fridge?
Whatever Marley Spoon drops off. They skimmy me barramundi this week.
Barramundi? That's farm fish, not the same. It wouldn't be wild caught.
Well, you still haven't taken any of us fishing, mate.
No, because you haven't got to that level. You're not in the inner circle.
I started gardening, so that's how I earth at the moment. Anyway, caramel milkshake at a work lunch.
Okay, PYAG work lunch with knob jockeys from office, no problem. Business lunch with people you're trying to do business for, completely not on.
I live and learn.
So, like, if we went out and got a caramel milkshake, no business related, we're just sitting there talking shit, no problems. But if it's someone you met new and you're going out there, it'd be like getting a rosé or something while everyone else is drinking beer. Not on.
Oh.
Same sort of thing.
Okay. All right.
Not sweet.
Let's get into it. With myself, Jack Dickens, and Jonathan Walsh, the hunter-gatherer.
Yeah.
We're going to do the quaddy legs from Caulfield, races 6, 7, 8 and 9.
Currently in my freezer there is some yellowtail kingfish, a couple of packets of brim, and some calamari.
You didn't bring any over?
No, of course not. I'll share it with you. Oh boy, I've given you some snapper. In about, I don't know, 6 weeks' time, what are we in? 6 weeks, 8 weeks, we should have the snapper coming in the bay, so we should have a refill. So we'll be able to give you some fish then.
What about a start on the boat?
Yeah, we'll start on the boat. We can work towards that.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
You're on your
I'd
bayside
like to get,
now, which
I'd
is
like
good.
to get out amongst it. I like to experience things. Okay, I've got time on my hands.
No, you haven't. You can do form and keep the winners rolling in.
We're going all right.
No, things ticking over.
Disappointing day today.
So hold on.
Lack of intent from young Bill, but he was
Yeah.
good to us on Tuesday or Monday.
Either
Mildura.
a complete lack of intent and/or brain fade.
Yeah, which both are a
Yeah.
logical conclusion to draw.
Yeah.
But overall, things are tracking along really nicely.
Now hold on. So Saturday was no good because you were on death's door Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday with a man flu. Well,
There's a severe chest infection. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
which is great because you went and
That's
carried
what's
on.
caused me to get off the darts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've given up darts, for 8 days because you've been sick for 8 days, so it's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much
Pretty
it.
true,
Isn't it?
yeah.
I've given up the darts. Why? Because I've nearly copped up a lung.
Yeah, like when I rang my old man, I go, I'm pretty crook. He goes, you fucking idiot. Up in the Gold Coast? Big night?
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah. And when he said, "Oh no, don't worry, I'll just smoke the flu off my chest." That's what your old man do. Just keep banging him in until it's killed.
Yeah, he'll win.
Yeah. But basically, so this week Wednesday was Mount Yarmouth was tough Wednesday because what you had to deal with the track at Sandown wasn't.
Yeah, I
expected.
think we lost about 4 units overall.
Yeah, it just wasn't expected.
But we launched a few times, so it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
But this Saturday, we're right. You've done your earthing activities. You're in the right state of mind. So, subscribers can be in for a big day, hopefully.
Yeah, but if you're not already on board, if you are on board, you know the drill. But if you're getting on board, Saturday might be a hard day, might be a great day.
Yeah.
Expect to spend 15, 20 units. If we have a big day, you'll walk home at 40, 45. If we strip, you'll lose them all. If we have a shitty day, you'll probably walk home at 7.5 of your 15. It's a long journey though. It's a long-term game. We're accountable. We're looking to bet with the same people, the same method, long-term.
Look, I think Saturday will be right. Like, we had a little discussion. A couple of things are lined up already here, which is not always usual. We do form different ways.
Yeah.
And when
you are getting on board the puntingform.com.au.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But
you've seen a lot.
Yeah, but we're landing on when we land on the similar horses. It has been
good lately.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so the preview, as always, is powered by puntingform.com.au. We both use the sectional pro form subscription. We highly recommend you try it if you haven't. I've been working on a video series which will explain some of the things I use on puntingform via betfair.com.au, who also sponsor the show, and that'll be available for you guys to consume hopefully very shortly. And as always, we are powered by Goat Lager.
I'm on the Goat mid strengths, which are apparently going to be new. They're currently in the no frills.
Like when you were batting for the Warrnables 16Cs.
Yeah, no, it was never 16 seasons.
Yeah,
It was one competition, and I was clearly in the A's. So, anyway.
Race 6.
Yeah, we'll start off with the quaddie leagues.
Can you turn your motorbike phone off, please, mate? Fuck. Race 6. Vega Magic, $2.15. Ball of Muscle, $4.20. Jai Trash, $6.50. Malaguira, $7.50. Crystal Dreamer, 15th. Glenall, 19th. Longer the rest. This race is over 1,100 metres worth 160k. Set weights with penalties. Jonathan.
This race looks a racing two for mine.
Really?
Let's say, the Guy Trash is...
I thought it was the most exciting horse in this race.
Yeah, it's up in class. It's up in class. It's going out of 3-year-old grade into open class. It's probably poorly weighted. Vega Magic's won 3.9 million.
It was almost 3.9 years ago.
And it's got 57 kegs. And Golf Trash has got 58 and it's won 400,000. So,
yeah.
Look, I'm with Vega Magic. It has had a jump out.
It was a good jump out.
Yeah. It's got D. Oliver aboard. I think barrier 1 will be a pretty suitable barrier to draw for the map of this race. I think coming to the line, look, punting form figures, a Ball of Muscle has
Ability.
it's a 9-year-old, which is concerning. I don't know if it can still hit its peaks, but even if it's a couple of lengths off those peaks, they're still minus 10, minus 12 runs.
Big numbers, yeah.
Which are big numbers. It's pretty consistent.
It won this race last year, I think.
Yeah, it was a weaker edition last year. Form reads pretty well beating Red Cell, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
But Ball of Muscle probably leads up. If Vega Magic sits on its back, and D. Oliver seems to be able to shake those reins, and they explode. It's a race in 2, and without, I'm definitely not going out on a limb here. Vega Magic on top from Ball of Muscle. Guy Trash is the up and comer, but I think it'll find these two are proper classy animals. Like Guy Trash will probably improve through its campaign a bit, and the rest, I don't think the rest can win.
I agree with what you're saying, but it could also at the same time, like Saturday night, be the last time the Ball of Muscle and Vega Magic were considered like top liners.
Oh, but this is a $160,000 race. It is not a top line race.
So if they were flying, they'd be sort of. I'm just being a skeptic, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate here. I don't want to back either horse, although I agree with most of what you said. Jai Trash, I reckon, showed Connections something pretty special in the sort of off season. They freshened it for this sort of stuff. I'm excited to see what it does. I think Glenall has some ability and it's gelded. If they overdo it, it'll be really strong late. Malaguira, I like a little bit. Now Lindsay Smith, he doesn't seem to slow him down.
No, he's not slowing him down. But Vega Magic in its prime.
It's the best horse in the race off its prime, but is it in its prime?
In the best, this horse might come out Saturday, win by 6, and you go, oh, this is a best.
Yeah, no, I agree.
This Vega Magic could be the best sprinter.
The Vega Magic should have won the first ever Everest.
Yeah.
It was cast 3 or 4 wide, still almost won.
It still could be the best sprinter in Australia. They just had problems with the sound. If it's sound and fit, there's not many horses that
sounds like, but it also that half sounds like you talk about yourself playing cricket or footy.
Oh no, I wasn't any good at footy.
But you know what I mean? Like, if I was fit, is it fit? We'll find out. We only got mail. We'll find out. I guess.
No, I'm completely cast. Like, wouldn't even be one of those 3-year-old size. I think I'd be in the front yard in fertiliser. They wouldn't let me in a pony club because I bite the young Sheila's riding me. I'd be like Stacey on the other biting mongrel animal. Vega Magic could come out and just absolutely blow them away. We'll find out in the day. If it's 220 out of 280, we'll know something's not right with it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question actually. Off topic. Well, not off topic. A few of the favourites have been soft late and still pissed. They'll still run to where their potential. What do you make of that? The POC tax?
No.
You notice that last time at Caulfield?
You're talking about Pippi.
Bunch of them.
Yeah.
The bunch of them. There was no favourite that day that firmed. There was some that's held or some that drifted.
Yeah, but they held.
And it wasn't as much of an indication as it was, say, 12 months ago to what was going to happen.
But say a horse like Age of Chivalry, right? Yeah. I thought it was immoral. And I was with it, backed it, etc. But I only backed. When I say I backed it, the money I got out of it, I had back on. I've had a small amount on for myself just to make sure it won me something on the race. It wasn't a hard drift, whereas Pippi was an extremely hard drift. That could have been coming out of the benchmark 75 in Doomben into Melbourne. So that can be the basically the bots.
But the market's changing a bit, isn't it?
Look, it's a lot of it's the Betfair bots driven on the day. I think you can still take a bit out of how much they firm. On these bigger races, the corps should let you on. Like, not take nothing out of the the 2-cent shops, which I even don't need to mention. But the
well, I think which ones? Yeah,
they're all 2-cent.
Which ones?
They're all 2-cent shops when you're betting in your own name, because they're not going to let you on, Dicko. Like, are you a loser on the punt, Jack? Oh yeah, of course I am. No, you're not. You're a winner. So
I think
they're going to buy it.
I think it might be an effect also of like the thing Scoot spoke about, which is a synthetic hold.
Yeah.
There's no like the only time the bet is on a Wednesday and then you may as well wait till 10 minutes before the race.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
So anyway, race 7 now.
Yeah. Anyway, so Vega Magic, we really don't know what to do with the first up, but I'm really Vega Magic from Ball Muscle. Yeah.
Race 7, 1,200 metres, another 160k race. Pippi, the horse we just spoke about, $2.70 been backed. Sylvia's Mother, $3.40. Amphitrite, $9.50. 10s. Fidelia, 11s, everywhere. Every single bookmaker, $11. Same with Embrace Me, $13 everywhere. Spanish Whisper, 13s, 14s, along with the rest. Jonathan, are you interested at all in this race?
Yes. Happy to bet. Very happy to bet. There doesn't seem to be any pace on paper in this race, which just tells me that Pippi should just absolutely have a happy old time in front, roll along. It was untouched. He didn't. It was hands and heels.
You don't know what's under the bonnet, do you? But
No.
you can sort of guess that it might be a little bit under there.
Oh, that punting form.
It ran huge time.
It ran huge time. It had lengths up its sleeve. Sylvia's Mother is a fair dinkum horse. It will get an alright run over barrier 1, but how are they going to catch Pippi with nothing annoying it in front? You need to do. Look, Pippi's just got the easiest map of all time here. I expect Sylvia's Mother to be charging late. The query runner is a 2, Spanish Whisper. Draw 'em well.
I thought Spanish Whisper. I'll go after you.
Yeah, but I know what I'm going to get with Sylvia's Mother. It was a big win at Flemington. It's had a trial since, which was good enough. Pippi should be 3rd run back, getting near peaking. Malamon, Written Tycoon, like it's.
Into the breeding a bit.
It's well,
Hunter gatherer.
They're good. They're good sprinters. The Written Tycoons. It should. Like it just grows. Well, they grow a garden in front and do whatever. If it just rolls along in front and then explodes, it'd be 4 lengths in front. 400.
Yeah, I think it's sort of. If it's on pace-ish, which it probably will be, it'll start $2.20.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll start. Sylvia's Mother still can win.
Drawn 1 though.
Yeah, but its map's not that bad because you've got like Amphitrite, definitely well back. Spanish Reef probably not suited.
Spanish Reef will roll forward, I reckon.
Crack the Code. Will this even run?
Oh.
It did not look 100%. There was something wrong with that horse last start.
It was vetted, no abnormalities
Right.
found.
Embrace Me, noted back marker. Aloysia will be back, unsuitable distance. Miss Iano, notable back runner. Jorda, notable back runner. Fidelia, missed the start horribly in a Cranbourne trial. Ran through the line well. Is a horse that will win races, but I don't know if the distance is suitable. Complete noted back marker. Saziz, noted back marker. Sylvia's Mother, notable back marker. Extreme Bliss will probably sit midfield. I like David Bright horses.
He doesn't muck around when he brings him to the city.
Big class difference from a 0 to 70 into this. In saying that, a Pippi won a 0 to 78, but go back, it started 380 favourite against Sunlight. Like, and there's the field.
Stopped though.
Huh?
And it stopped that day.
Yeah, but it could have been any. No, it's been beaten 2 lengths. It's not much.
I felt like it stopped because I backed it heavily.
But the map of this race just keeps on pointing to Pippi.
Yeah, I thought Sylvia's Mother brings a really strong form line, the best form line. Tried well enough at Warwick Farm between runs. It was sort of let down, and then they sort of slowed it down. I didn't love the trial, but I thought it was just a little tick over 1. Gets D done. I think Dwayne's sort of hit a little patch of form again. Pippi was dominant, extremely impressive, winning a weaker race, but did it in big time. And very strong time versus the day, which is another tick for the horse. It'll make its own luck, as Jonathan's talked about. I think Spanish Whisper jumped out well enough at Flemington to suggest it's going to be forward and sort of sucking right behind the favourite here in Pippi. I think it's a horse with really good ability. I love its map. I think I don't like tipping anyone into a favourite on the previous show on a Thursday afternoon. So it's the bet I'm suggesting each way, 1 by 3. I think it's going to be right thereabouts. Embrace Me, I thought was very good at Flemington down the straight. It was awkwardly away, I thought. I I think Ollie found the best part of the track, but the inevitable and assertive approach ran enormous time that day too. Enormous time. The inevitable might be a pretty impressive horse. The assertive approach pissed in pretty well last week. That's that's proper form lines again. Ollie Stakes, which is key because the map's real tricky for this horse. But Embrace Me is my each way play if they're running on.
Well, this is if
it's on pace, it's going to be pretty hard to beat Pippi, but I want to be with Spanish Whisper each way as a bit of value for the punters at home.
Oh, if it's going to be run on, I'll really bring Sylvia's mother into the race. But
Sylvia's mother's drawn 1 though.
I don't think it'll matter that much. It might be able to.
Embrace Me, I think, it's a horse that let down like it had fucking turbo boosters.
That's something we probably should talk about at the end of the show. All these blokes going, Dwayne Dunn pulled up assertive approach. He's riding a speedy squib.
It went faster than it's ever gone.
Yeah, all these people.
I spoke about it on the podcast.
Oh, did you?
It's just incompetent commentary to bag that ride because the horse was going faster than it's ever gone in its life.
I was too busy either riding finance or screwing holders into the hardwood in the shed that so many fishing rods are lined up.
Are you pre-drilling them?
You got to drill it, right?
Pre-drill?
Yeah. You get the drill and I go like that with the drill bit.
Yeah.
And then I put the holder up and I get the screw and I screw it in a little bit with a handheld screwdriver and then I grab the drill and go straight in.
Because you lack ability, you started out with a handy, do you?
Yeah, of course.
Training wheels with Bobby Builder over here. Scotty Camp. You're no longer Scotty Camp.
I don't see many blisters on these hands.
Scotty.
Do we go into race 8?
Race 8, punters. 400 metres, weight for age. Elise, $3.40. Scales of Justice, $5. Hartnell, 7s. Be Good to Your Mother. For Daniel Bowman, good on him. I'm cheering for him. $7.50. Cliff's Edge, $9. Humidor's around the 18 mark. Longer the rest. I'll go first here, Jonathan.
You can. Right? Well, this is my race of the day.
You go first then, mate. Oh, no.
As a bookmaker, it's the race today for bookies. So you fire into it.
Caesar brings a really strong SP profile, and bias pending will be suited heavily here by the really good speed in this race. Totally ignoring. I think we're getting a good price because people the narrative is that it didn't handle Caulfield. I think it didn't handle it being strangled for fucking 800 metres like any horse.
It was just a bit off.
Yeah, but it was strangled.
Mm-hmm.
Completely ignoring its last run, respecting its SP profile. I think it can sit off a really good speed here and be really strong late if it can back up its SP. It's going to be right in this race and really strong late. Dispatch, SP $2.70 versus Dollar Sun, who I think might be a superstar, and Scales of Justice, SP to $1.70 that day. You're now getting $5 or whatever it was, Scales of Justice, and you're getting 20 something about Dispatch, same race. Dispatched is value off that. It also gets the blinkers on.
But it missed the start and jumped. Had a bad barrier. Like
I don't even really need to watch
it. Sat in the barrier and it was never going to win after it started.
Yeah, and its SP is 270. I think it can really improve. It's hard to knock any runner here at all. I'm not bagging Elise, not bagging any of the shorties, but I just thought maybe something real small Dispatched. But I think Caesar each way is a really nice bet in this race. Big odds. Jonathan.
This is great. This is the race I'm waiting for. I don't get enough of these races as a bookmaker. I want to pile in to all these single finger runners.
All of them?
All of them.
Even Clifford?
Yeah, well, even Cliff. Like, it will probably set the pace. If it sets the pace off barrier 2, which it should, and having a look at the punting...
This is a really tricky map, isn't it? Like, I feel sick for horses like Be Good to Your Mother. What do they got to roll forward?
Well, it will roll forward, and Cliff's Edge, the way they're training it, I'm led to believe it's not a good worker.
He's a big lad.
But
he's like Buddy Franklin.
But he won't work on the training track.
Why does it need to?
Because
he's a Group 1 winner with his nuts.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But the pressure of he does get a bit of fitness out of the running, and he's a rolling type of horse.
I think Clifford has a lot of improvement still to come from a mounting up point of view. It's a horse I love and have a pretty good run.
I know they reckon they've had trouble getting it fit. Like I know,
but because they put a lot more condition on it than Darren ever had on it.
No, Darren had trouble getting it fit. They've always had trouble.
No, to my eye,
yeah, okay.
The horse looks like it's been did a bit more in the weight room, sort of in the pre-season this time.
But it should lead off barrier 2 and roll because it can break horses' hearts. depending on what they do with Be Goods and your mother, if they get in a speed battle look at
Scale the Justice's got to go forward. Hartnell's got to be there.
Dispatch will go forward.
Dispatch will go forward with the blinkers. Blackheart Bart from 9. If he sneaks that, I wouldn't be doing that. Material Man is a leader. It's been slaughtered every time it's started in Victoria, but he might roll forward too.
No, biggest problem with Material Man is its gear. It's got bar plates on. You can't take a horse into a race like this with bar plates on. It slows them down 6 lengths. And it's coming, but there's mad speed in this race. What was wrong with the Ori Star win of the biting mongrel Sosi Bond? Like, it was a big run. It done everything it should. First up, the 1400 metre suits. Like, it's been beaten 1 length in the Australian Cup.
You know what we should have? An all-up. Sosi Bond into Seabird. She was fucking enormous in that race. Who's in the race next race?
Yeah, we've done that. But I've come up with number 8. Number 8, which is Sosi Bond, which is $20, is it?
Yep.
Happy to back it. We got here. I did have Caesar on the equal footing with Sosi Bond, but when you told me you were betting it, we'll put it in second pick now. Now, this is the complete blowout. Blackheart Bart does not have the bar plates on. It's back in its stable in Warrnambool, where it's accustomed to. It trialled on the heavy 10 at Cranbourne, which is unsuitable for the horse. Like, it doesn't like the wet. It's not a wet runner. It won that trial. They did push it a bit and give it a whip, but this might be fit enough to win. And at $41, I'd be definitely having something on.
I agree totally that I expect the horse will present pretty forward, given there's sort of scrutiny it's kind of under.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got 3 horses here, all at massive odds, which need to be backed.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is Aliso probably just likely win, but you can't really pen any horse in the race, so you're happy to look for some value.
Elise was untouched. Like, it was eased down, it was untouched, it was good, but its runs down here haven't been as good as its wins in Sydney.
1400 I think is its perfect trip though.
But as a bookmaker's point of view, at 5-2 in the old, or 350. So
for what?
$3.50 or 5-2 is what they used to call it in the old.
Just for our viewers at home.
Right, 5-2.
It's 2009.
No, 5 divided by 2 is what? 2.5 plus your stake, $3.50. 5-2 in the old.
Well, what's 340 in the old?
Well, it's between 11-4 and 5-2, isn't it?
So in the old you didn't have 340.
No, you had 11-4.
So you had less options.
No.
Did you have 340 in the old?
No, you had 11-4.
Okay, good.
And 9-4. 9-4, 11-4, 5-2. 220, 325, 11-4 would be what, 337.5, and then 350.
Mate, they're tuning out like me. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's the problem because you blokes have been around 3 seconds.
Yeah. Look, it says 350.
Yeah, and you're 5-2 in the old. So, but yeah, barrier 11, it'll get back, and yeah. I'm going to cheer home the biter, Sosi Bond, because I backed it last start when it won at Flemington as well. God bless its cotton
I think
socks.
poor old Druzy got off, and he's always been on.
He's always been on, and I don't think he was off. So we're a pot for the single. We're all on the same page there.
Yeah, I'm always cheering Cliff's Edge. I'm cheering Be Good to Your Mother. I think it's a great story. I think the horse paraded like it's going to keep improving. We haven't even spoken about Hartnell, who's drawn 1. We'll be right thereabouts, and it was pretty good first up. Hard race.
All these horses like 9-year-old. Oh, Humidor I didn't mention as well.
Yeah, man.
You trialled it.
It almost beat Wings.
Remember it won this race last year on under.
Old DK. Magical Wars of Warrnambool. It went 40s into 20s though, like that off a cliff.
Hold on, that's actually this race has been bloody good to me over the last couple of years. I backed it when it won as well.
Yeah, well, fuck.
Yeah.
That's when you just got to watch a fair. Okay, race 9, last leg of the quaddie, 400 metres, Age of Chivalry, $3, about $3. Saying, I wouldn't let you on anyway. Roxton Castle, $4.60, Knight's Watch, $5.50, Antar, $5.50, Iconoclasm, $8.50, Asian Rook, $9, Longleaf, $9.50, along with the rest. This race is deep. There are 180% markets here.
No, because the emergencies make up the percentages down the bottom. That's
okay, you first or me, mate?
What would you like to do, Mister?
Don't care.
You go first because I've got one here.
Alright, I love the way that Seaburge found the line in the good race at Flemington behind the biter, so Seabomb. I thought it had an option to sort of just cruise, and it stuck its head out and beat the horse next to it, the decent horse Milwaukee maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Suitor over the 1200.
In CSA was in the same race.
I hate the price they've gone up here. It deserves to be 30s or 40s, and I would have really bet.
Mm.
I think they've sort of kept it pretty safe, cowardly, to be honest. I doubt anyone's betting it, and I think they would have if they put a price up about the horse that's fair. I love the way it hit the line. Night's Watch tried real good again, it always does. Loves Caulfield, no knock. I think Antar's slightly untapped, which is sort of weird to say it's a bit of an older horse, but I think it's still on the way up. Excited to see what it does this prep. Iconoclasm gets Ollie, and I think will improve. It had excuses last start. They didn't know what was wrong with it, but it didn't run up to its expectations. I think it's the one that's sort of missed in the market. Iconoclasm, I think it will improve. From barrier 7, I think it's going to get the perfect run, regardless of the bias with Ollie. If they wants to be out real wide, it'll get there. If he wants to get into the fence, he can almost do that too. Age of Chivalry is bomb-proof, makes its own luck. Really exciting horse. I think it had plenty up its sleeve last start, and it did in the mounting out as well. It'll keep on improving. We spoke about this horse every show it's been in to run. I think it's the most exciting horse almost in Melbourne. Rocks the Castle gets Willow and brings a pretty strong SP profile, but geez, it's pretty short. I thought Vacillator was the other one in the race. If you're doing a quaddie, I wouldn't leave it out. Gets J Carr. It's got some ability. I think it'll sneak up and get an okay run there from the inside draw. Good roughie.
Yeah, you know, these race 9 at Caulfield, even if there's a bias, it just seems to be, if the bias has been there through the day, or as long as it's not...
I think it's like their frustrations, the jockeys.
They all go mad in
They
front.
go mad. Like, if it's on pace, they just fucking, I'm going to go forward.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, it just they spread out at the end.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So, like, if it's a 400 metre race, it's kind of like a 480 metre race. Like, you want a horse that's a bit fitter because they've gone so hard.
Yeah, they go flat stick, but that's not what I'm... Look, I'm against the bottom 2. I think Rocks the Castle will get underneath Age of Chivalry. But it's going to... They're both going to be wide and both going to be leading. With the preps, they sort of had... Rocks the Castle, I think, still got improvement in it, and so is Age of Chivalry, but those two may go hard in front and from the wide draws.
Basically, as a bookie, you're hoping they take each other on, and then some other kamikaze comes over and fucks them a little bit too.
Yeah, and like Iconoclasm could get in a 3-way speed battle.
Ollie's too smart for that.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Night's Watch is clearly the best animal in this race. It's weighted well with Theodore Nugent on. It is a great each-way bet. It's had 2 Sydney trials, which have been good enough. If they run this race, it may not sit that far back. Like, its Caulfield record's great. There was one day the bias was clearly on, and it got down the outside rail and won by nose. It was a while back. Like,
oh, that was good.
That was like good. This is a Night's
that was
Watch.
with like Land of Plenty and stuff.
Yeah, may have been, but Night's Watch is a fair dinkum horse, and
Proper horse.
And I'm happy to back it. I want Age of Chivalry and Rocks the Castle to win. To run. Iconoclasm's one of mine, has been for ages. I tipped it to you after an Ararat. It was first win at Ararat, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
And I reckon one bloke.
And another one, you tipped another one. We went and watched it pissing its sand down.
Oh, the Horse of Weirs that won the... Yeah, I found that from a Chuka. That was one at a Chuka, and it's come out and won a heap of races since. The name escapes.
Well scored.
It's one at Caulfield, one at Flemington.
Black and white Collingwood silks.
It ran Silence. Yeah, but this iconic. Yeah, but Night's Watch is the best animal in this race. I want to be with it. Little tick to Longleaf. It's got some improvement. It was ridden upside down last start, but two a big query because it's got ability and D Oliver on. 9 a rough chance, which is Longleaf, and hopefully lay 18 and 19, and they go in a speed battle at the front.
What do you make of Seaburge?
Seaburge.
Are you laying it?
It's a nonny. 30 starts, 2 wins. I'm happy to
it's been a Cox plate and stuff.
Yeah, no, happy to sort of take it on. Look, no offence to Lockie King, but he's a young bloke. And his father's an exceptional rider. And you'll probably get there.
He's on the way up, but on Saturday's card, he's not up there.
Yeah, he's got to apply his trade somewhere. Where does this horse map from the barrier though? Like it should be midfield. Can he?
I think if it jumps all right, it would be sort of right midfield, just behind midfield.
He'll have to ride it well. Just through. It hasn't got a great map, Seaburge, in this race. Like it could get in traffic. So.
Yeah, but no, it's drawn 6 though, so it's going to just. I think it'll get the back of like Longleaf, or maybe even Iconoclasm if it jumps well enough.
Yeah.
Night's Watch has a horrible map.
It has a horrible map. Yep.
I agree. Night's Watch probably has the most ability in the race, but
they might.
I couldn't dream of backing at the current price because it's fucked here.
If they.
It's got to sneak to last, or.
Oh, it's not going to stick to last.
Is Teo going to push them out of his way?
Well, what?
This is a
what's
great discussion point. I don't believe most jockeys tomorrow, Saturday, 2 days away, in Teo's position are going to be real aggressive in pushing a horse out of the way to get their horse out in clear air because they don't want to get suspended because all the good races are coming and that's when they make all their money.
Yeah, but you got to realise this is Teo Nugent. He's claiming to apprentice. He wins on this horse. Like he.
Oh, I agree. I just think
He's got ability. This kid. This kid can ride.
He's the best apprentice in Melbourne.
But. Do you see where
Well, actually, no. Ethan rode on.
Do you see where Grey Shadow and Miss Iano come from?
Yeah.
Last Caulfield meeting.
Yep.
And that was different to where every other winner had come from the day. They got out past the middle of the track and won. So he might not have to push anyone. If these two lead up and go mad in front, the way the pattern of the race is, the heavens probably just open for Knights Watch to go straight through.
As we do it on a Thursday, there's horses like Husson Eagle, Moneybag, Sully. They're all going to be back there with him, like in his way.
Well, Husson Eagle's got 18. Sully's got 19. It's going to be in front of him.
Yeah, but then he's got to push out in front of them. They might not be.
No, they'll be behind him in the run.
Yeah.
This is a group. This is contested the Group 1 races. It's in a race with.
I think Iconoclasm's a much better bet because it's bigger odds and it's not going to need any luck.
Oh yeah.
That's my thinking.
Yeah. I'm thinking Night's Watch.
Now, Jonathan.
Right.
Mounting up Mail.
Do you want your best bet slays and all that?
Yeah. Before that, we do the little promotion of the brand.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Pay the mortgage.
Yep.
Which you helped me get. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like it. Mounting up Mail from Rose Hill and Caulfield. Rob Scurry at Caulfield, Rose Hill. Myself at Caulfield. Head to the mailbag.com.au if you'd like to get involved and join our team. Accountable late mail betting advice plus a mounting yard report on the key runners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jonathan, your best bet, please.
Pippi.
What's that, race 7? My best bet, race 7, number 2, Spanish Whisper each way, heavy the place.
Yep.
Value bet, please, Jonathan.
Well, the best each way bet is Night's Watch. You might get the $5 and $2 each way.
Very skinny year. Very, very skinny year today. My value bet on the card, punters, race 8, number 10, Caesar. Lay of the day, Jonathan.
Lay of the day will be Age of Chivalry off the 14.
Strong behaviour from you.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong, you hunter-gatherer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold it. Didn't we have a blowout as well? I was going to say race 8, you can back Sosi Bond, Caesar, and Blackheart Bart. 20s, 20s, and 40s.
Mailbag multi can be Sosi Bond into Seaburge. 2 nonnies come good.
Yeah, Sosi Bond.
Same form line.
Yeah.
Okay, my lay of the day, race 4, number 3, Steel Prince. I think you'll just be having a little blowout.
Yeah. Geez, you're a strong operator.
440.
But if you start $7.
Well, fuck. What do you want me to do? 470 right down the fair. Go and lay it.
Hey.
Look at his little ears prick up there.
I better get my phone out, which Dicko maybe turn off.
Well, no one wants to hear the motorbikes, mate.
Righto. So hopefully...
You've done your lay. Anything else we need to do? I'm going to go and lay this.
So you're going to go and knock off the 470 and lay it on me now. Yeah. So look at this. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I'll skin him later for something else. I'll find a way to get him.
No, it's some smart bloke's trying to lay it.
All the best, punters. Find them in Yard Mail and have a fill up.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Feedback's always wanted. Let us know how we're going, what you want changed, and go Mitch Freeman, Bravo, Tango, Race, whatever. 3, 2, 1.